above the clouds, I'm so high, like a rocket, how I launch into the sky. Gorilla ground help me out with some extra eyes. Nothing can hold me down, I got power to fly. Paramotor on my back, yo, I'm so for real. Trike is attached, so I roll the wheels. Yo, ain't nobody iller. It's a bird, it's a plane, it's the PPG Gorilla. PPG Gorilla, PPG Gorilla, PPG Gorilla, PPG Gorilla, PPG Gorilla,
Oh my goodness, we actually started with the wrong intro. What a way to start the show. Let's see if we can start it with the right one. Let's see if we can. Yes. Welcome to Ready2 Paramotor. We got 30 people already in the chat. So great to be back after a long hiatus, almost 3 years. And it's great to have a great reason to have a show again. And so here we are with Ready2 Paramotor. So much to talk about. But before we even dive into and bring all of the guests from Ready2 Paramotor onto the show, a couple quick things. First of all, Fly It for Gauge, really the first paramotor fly-in of the year here in the U.S. That is coming up this Thursday, the 6th through the 9th at Hardy Lakes. Shane Robbins, Crystal, his beautiful wife, they worked so hard to build this. Shane is going to continue this tradition on, and we're so excited to support him and raise some money for some great kids. So hope everybody can join us at the Fly It for Gauge fly-in this coming week. Also, you will see that obviously you can go ahead and do a super chat on these shows, and just want to let everybody know that all proceeds from the super chat will go to something we talked about a week and a half ago when Rick Davies and myself did kind of a pre-show to the premiere that you're at here for Ready2 Paramotor, and he talked about Operation Gratitude. Florida Flight Sports is doing a program where what they're going to be doing is bringing in a well-deserved veteran, very much like Resurgence PPG, and be doing all the training for them right there in-house. So we're very excited to support that endeavor as well. All right, let's get to the show today. So the way the show is going to work is this. Ready2 Paramotor is a brand new business that's about to embark here very soon on our nation and in our paramotoring community. So we're going to be bringing in the folks that are a part of Ready2 Paramotor. We'll be talking to them. And then the second half is going to be talking about a trip to Argentina for a whole new, brand new paramotor line called Gorilla Paramotor. So we're going to be talking about that as well. And what a trip it was. Every time I spoke to these guys while they were down in Argentina, I felt like I was watching the movie The Hangover. Really, it was. It was pretty amazing. So let's start getting some of these folks onto the show. First off is PPG Gorilla, Rick Davies. What's up, my friend?
What's up, David?
Oh my gosh, dude. We had a good flight this morning, didn't we?
Oh, it was beautiful. It was beautiful.
Got a little raunchy there. And I know Brian Gregg, he's in the chat, and he's a great paramotor pilot, and he's gonna be doing great things. He was out there today, and so there's that.
David, I wanted to thank you for the special introduction. I mean, I'm honored that you're such a great fan that you would play the PPG Gorilla song on accident.
You know what?
Thank you, brother.
I don't think that was actually on the show. It actually didn't start until.
Oh, was it? Oh, great. Okay.
So thanks for that.
All right, good.
Got a little technical difficulties on episode 1, but we worked through that, so it's all good. Now, Rick's partner in crime here for the last couple of years has been Tony Morales, helping him out with Florida Flight Sports. There's Tony. What's up, Tony?
What's going on?
Oh, man. We're glad to have you here today, buddy. We're glad to have you here today. Can't wait to hear about the stories from Argentina. I know you've got a lot to add to the stories tonight, so we're excited to hear from you as well. Yep. All right. Let's bring on, you actually have 2 students here joining us today, Rick. One is Matt Gregg. There's Matt right there. And Matt was a student of yours. And he is the founder of Ready2 Paramotor, right, Matt?
Yeah, absolutely. But when you said tonight was our formal first show, I thought I had to dress up for this, and I feel a little overdressed for the party.
You look great. What can I say? You look great. Now, Rick, on the other hand, hopefully he doesn't do this. He said if the show started getting boring, he would do something he did during Ready2 Paramotor, which was stand up and he's got nothing on underneath his shirt. Is that correct, Rick? Is that still?
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
All right.
But we're trying to. We've grown a lot since then, so we're.
Yes.
Have we?
We'll see.
We hope so. We hope so. Well, definitely adding to the maturity level is another student of yours, and that is Patrick Franklin. Patrick is not only the student, but he is.
Started.
There you go. What's up, buddy?
Yeah.
How you?
What's going on?
So
one of the perks about doing this digitally is I can't smell gorillas' farts, but I get to hear them.
Hey, Tony, why don't you put your head back in the screen there so we can see you, buddy? Thanks.
All right, man.
There you go. Now, let's start the show off. We're going to talk about Ready2 Paramotor and what it is. So, one of the things I've been flying now somewhere between 6 and 7 years. Okay, and one of the things, Tony, stop, bud. One of the things that I always noticed whenever I was flying, or not flying, but really going through training. I had a couple different instructors. And one of the things that I noticed was number one, is that I was really tied into the equipment that my instructors were selling. I really didn't have much of a variety. And sometimes whenever I was buying a paramotor or a glider, I'd be waiting anywhere from 3 weeks all the way up to 6 weeks. And that's why I put the question up there. How long have you had to wait to receive a glider or a paramotor? And you can put your answers in the chat there. But it's interesting. And this is kind of why I wanted to be a part of this new endeavor, Ready2 Paramotor, because Matt may have come up with a solution. So Matt, let's kind of focus on you for a second. Just tell us a little bit about Ready2 Paramotor, why Ready2 Paramotor, and how it's going to solve everything for pilots, for instructors. Let's let you take the stage here.
Sure, absolutely. Well, it's not going to be the end all be all for everybody in the world, but we saw a definite hole in the market, and that was that you get a new student at a flight school, they get excited and they want to get a paramotor, and school is typically limited to one brand, and again, like you said, they're waiting 4 to 6 weeks to get it, and maybe the student changes his mind by then. But so where we wanted to fill that hole was we wanted to bring multiple brand product lines to schools on a wholesale level, and a school doesn't have to be locked into just one particular brand. And we want to deliver these things fast. So the days of Amazon are here. So I ordered this bow tie, and I was pretty upset that I had to wait 2 days to get it, and it almost didn't show up in time for tonight. But with our situation, we're going to stock these paramotors in stock, ship same day. So if flight school has a student that wants a top quality product, that instructor can order it wholesale from us, and if he gets us that order by noon, we'll ship it out the same day. So we've got multiple brand lines. As you know, we're already the U.S. importer for HE Paramotor. We're going to be Gorilla Paramotors distribution company, and several other manufacturers and companies have reached out to us and are interested in us stocking theirs. PAP, we just became PAP, so we'll be stocking PAP paramotors in stock. Wings, gear, we bring in some new gear to paramotoring that people have never seen before, which is pretty exciting. So we're excited about that. And like I said, somebody could buy it from us on a retail level, but our main focus is to sell to schools.
Okay. So what You mentioned some of the paramotors. What about the gliders? Is there any of the glider companies reached out, or have you selected any gliders yet?
Yeah, so we're working with a couple of glider manufacturers. We don't want to announce who they are yet, so we're finalizing everything there. But we're also going to stock some other brands too. So obviously, everybody likes Ozone wings. Ozones are exclusively through Aviator, but we're going to work with Aviator to make sure that we have inventory for people that need it quick.
Very nice. So when somebody orders a glider or a paramotor, what's the next step? Or how will they go about it? Let's say we want them to go through their instructor. Obviously, we want to support the instructors.
Correct.
The nice thing about this too is if we have this big inventory of all these different manufacturers and of gliders and paramotors, it really gives the instructors, the schools, more diversity, so they can offer more instead of just one or two different paramotors or gliders. Correct?
Correct. Yeah. So not one paramotor fits all pilots or all students. You got guys that are lightweight, heavyweight foot launchers that need more powerful engines than another. Every frame, it seems to be, has different characteristics for the type of fly-in that they're going to do. Patrick and, you watch guys out there like Brad Roper at Southern Utah Paramotor. These guys are doing acro and they're fantastic at what they do. So it's not always going to be the same paramotor frame for those guys as it is somebody else, but we're going to offer that variety. So we'll have everything from Viterazzi motors to EOS Quattro motors, HE motors, different frames, different functions, features, and benefits to each one. So a school will have multiple selections that they can offer their students to make sure their student has the right paramotor for what that student is capable of and wanting to do in the industry.
When an instructor or if an individual is buying just directly, what's the process going to look like for that? Is there going to be a website? I already know the answer, but it talks about the website, what they'll see on the website, and how about the turnaround time as well?
Yeah, so our website's going to launch right before Bad Apples, and on there's going to be obviously the end user retail environment will have pricing on there, but instructors and schools will have a login. They'll have wholesale pricing that only they have access to. One of the concerns that's already come out to me was some schools are concerned, well, am I going to be able to make any money buying this from you and reselling it to my students? And I think everybody's going to be pleasantly surprised on that level, that we've really got this thing locked up solid. So, at the end of the day, if the student gets what they need and the school gets what they need, and they have more time to focus on training for their students, less time worrying about trying to assemble motors and frames that they waited weeks for on several different shipments. I think it's just going to be easier for everybody. And at the end of the day, hopefully that works.
Awesome. Rick, I want to put you on the spot for a second. You're the only person in the show right now that's flown longer than I. What have been some of your, as an instructor, as a student as well, what's been some of your experience that you've seen going through your career as a paramotor pilot and then instructor, and how do you see this helping the instructors?
Well, as a small school, it's really hard to be able to put out the money to keep inventory, to keep a number of different paramotors available, and time after time we've seen where we've had to wait weeks and months for someone to get their paramotor. When I got my first paramotor, it took 5 weeks to get here, and then it sat in customs for like 7 days. It just drove me absolutely crazy. It really opens up a lot of options for smaller schools to be able to have ready to ship paramotors at their fingertips at good dealer prices at any time. And Matt's really worked hard on a lot of variety and a lot of inventory. And Matt will tell you he has a background in this type of work and shipping and receiving and these type of things and distribution. So it's really gonna put the icing on the cake there.
Yeah. Do you feel like this is something that the paramotoring community has been missing, and this is going to solve a lot of issues for a lot of people?
Yeah. When Matt came to me with this idea, he said, look, I look at this industry from the outside and I see an opening here. I see something's missing where a gap can be filled. And that's what we're trying to do here.
Yeah. Maybe you could kind of share with everybody, one of the things that really in our first conversation that just blew my mind away was the idea of, hey, look, I'm not just a paramotor enthusiast that loves to, that decides to open up a paramotoring business. I'm a businessman. Can you talk us a little bit about your background and how you've built businesses in the past? I mean, you don't have to go through a dish rotation that's going to last hours, but just kind of give us a little bit of a summary here.
Sure. Well, so for 25 years, I've owned a national lighting distributor company. And we've distributed lighting, light fixtures, parking lot lights, things like that to companies all over the United States and several foreign countries. We hold distribution contracts down in the islands. So for 25 years, we've ran the shipping, the receiving, the logistics of doing small to large scale shipping and delivery across the country. I also own some retail environment businesses as well. So I don't like tooting my own horn very much, but the ability to buy, stage, stock, ship, and deliver products in a timely manner is something that we've specialized in for a long time.
Yeah, I think it's important to know that the person that's doing this knows what he's doing. It's you got to know that you're putting your trust in someone that's done this before, that's built a business and knows what they're doing to move forward with it and make it successful. So
yeah, and it's not just, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you there, but it's just not the before sale, but the service after the sale, right? So we're going to be there to support these schools if they have any problems for years to come down the road.
Yep. Very good. Awesome. So looking forward to that. And I guess the next question is going to be is like, what updates do we want to see? I mean, in about, like I said, at the end of this month, we're going to have the next show. I think that's the 30th. The 30th, yes, is going to be the next show. As I said, this is not going to be a weekly Sunday night show. This is going to be a once a month show. We're going to really build up some content and give it all at once a month, which is great. What kind of updates are we expecting in 4 weeks from now?
So 4 weeks from now, we should be able to start showing some initial preview releases of the new Gorilla Paramotor. So we have the 2-foot launch units that are in production right now, as well as a hybrid trike and a full-on single or tandem trike. So that's pretty exciting stuff. And Gorilla can tell you more about that. Patrick went with us. Patrick is our team pilot for Ready2 Paramotor. He's also an instructor at Florida Flight Sports. And between them all, I mean, we just bring so much collective to the plate here to turn out a really good product. So we're really excited about Gorilla Paramotor. It's kind of Rick's baby, and I'm just happy to be along for the ride with it.
Yeah, let's get into that a little bit, shall we? So you guys went to Argentina about a week and a half ago. Patrick, how was that 13-hour flight to Argentina? I'm curious.
There was a lot of farting. And I had 3 flights in the middle seat, which was a lot of fun, I guess.
Okay. All right. So here's my thoughts. I think what we need to do is let's bring Tony back on here. Tony, sit still here. Don't keep moving away from me, buddy. So let's do this. We're gonna show some pictures. We're gonna show some videos. So basically, this is gonna be a good overview of what this trip will look like. Okay. The idea. Let's just focus on what the idea. The idea was to go there and just oversee Gorilla Paramotor. That was it, right? Nothing else. That was it. Yeah. Okay. We're in agreement on this. This is good. All right. So let's do this. Let's bring up some photos and we can talk about some of these. And there's some very, let's say, interesting photos. Okay. So here you guys are, right? This is the flight. Now it looks like now are you? Oh, it was 5 seats across. How many? 4 or 5 seats across, Patrick?
No.
Here you are.
Okay, this was the one flight that I wasn't in the middle seat on. All right.
So you are on the aisle. Okay.
Yeah.
So you're on the aisle there. That's good. All right. So you're comfortable. Everybody's smiling. You haven't taken off. 13 hours isn't that long at this point, right? Okay.
Right.
I'm sure you guys got a little bit tired flying along, right? Oh, look at it.
Whoa. You're not supposed to show. Whoa. Hey, at least Tony smelled good. He had good cologne on that day.
Well, it's okay. Little cuddling amongst friends. That's perfectly fine. So now you get to, after a long couple flights, you get to this city here, which is pronounced Waliwachua, correct? Did I pronounce it right?
Waliwachua.
Okay.
Yep.
Waliwachua. Interesting. It sounds a little bit like Wachula.
It does.
Which is where Florida Flight Sports is. So here you are, Waliwachua, and this is still the first day, correct? In front of the sign?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sure you guys were exhausted at this point.
Yeah.
Long flight, probably want to get back to the hotel, take a nap. And so you can see here,
That ain't right.
sleep in his.
Sorry, Tony.
It's okay, brother.
So apparently nobody brought any type of pajamas on the trip, and we all shared rooms. So I got to see all the boys in their underwear.
Oh.
Pajamas. Who wears pajamas?
Who wears pajamas, man?
Good God, we're grown men.
You should have seen these guys going. So our rooms were across each other in the hotel, and they're just going back and forth in their underwear from one hotel room to the other.
Well, Patrick said when he does these review videos on the paramotors that he's going to be ultimately honest to the viewership.
Yes.
I think he's a little too honest with everybody right now.
Okay. All right.
So just imagine, all right, this hotel, in the room, we have AC units, right? So there's AC in the rooms, but everywhere else in this hotel, I don't know what it is in Argentina, but they don't like the AC. So imagine like 4 sweaty men in their underwear roaming the hallways at 3 o'clock in the morning in this hotel room, because that's what it was like.
You guys have been saying, David, wish you were there. Wish you were there. You should have been there with us. And I'm
You
like,
should have been there for that.
it doesn't sound like I wanted to be there for that. It's okay.
No, it was the fantastic
It was like a
food and
big group
alcohol
hug.
leading up to that.
Now, what's interesting is is it kind of a third world country there? Is that?
Oh yeah.
Yes, it is. Okay.
Yeah.
It is.
Because what I heard, sorry, Tony, there you are again. What I heard was that they
You're
actually
saying right, brother.
they had a natural spring or something in the rooms, so you could have fresh water.
Oh yeah.
And you told me, Matt, that Rick was drinking out of the drinking fountain, which happened to be right next to the toilet. And there it is, right there. So,
yeah, I think that was Rick's first time seeing one of those South American water fountains.
That's why he got sick.
We told him not to drink the water, but
Yeah.
We told him.
He did not listen.
okay.
When we got to the hotel, I was sitting in the, using the facilities, okay, and I was messing with the knobs, like trying to figure the thing out. And I turn a knob, and this thing shoots a jet all the way to the ceiling and soaks the entire bathroom in a room.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right. So you got that there. There's your bidet, I guess it is. Now, was there any trouble, Tony? Because
No, there was not. There was not.
Who are these? Who are these two?
These are 2 young officers who are in the park, and we decided to take a picture with them.
Okay. All right.
And then the next day they see me, they call me back again. They want to take pictures, but now they want to take pictures for themselves with us in them.
And this picture here, of course, when you go to a third world country, you don't want to do anything to draw attention to yourself, like wear bright fluorescent swim trunks or shorts. But
hey, listen to me. He has solar panels on him.
he got some looks, that's for sure. He got some double takes.
But you know what? You guys never lost track of me, so no matter what, you always knew where I was.
We could never lose you.
We knew we'd find your body easily.
Now, day two was going to the factory, right? Is that correct?
Right.
Okay. So you went to the factory to go see Gorilla Paramotor being created. Is that right? And I heard right off the top, you got Rick very, very much beating the fist. You guys aren't working fast enough.
And the funny thing about it, you hear all that? I had to translate it for him.
So the factory actually was day one, and we got off the plane, off of our flights. We took a 3-hour drive in the truck, and we went straight to the factory, and we were all sleep deprived at the factory.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
We were in a bad mood.
Yeah.
Rick was probably a little hangry.
He was cranky. Yeah, he was cranky for sure.
All right. So I understand after that then came some dinner time. Is that right? So let's see here. There we go. There's dinner.
Oh my gosh, man. They have the most amazing food down there.
Yeah, that was mind blowing.
So this was not Applebee's. Not Applebee's? No.
No.
Not Applebee's. And that down there they don't have a Weber grill or the kind of propane grills like we have. So these are actually these huge, what are they called, Tony? Barillas? Barillas. And they're built into their homes.
Great pronunciation.
And so these grills are burning in their homes. So what they actually do is on the left-hand side or the right-hand side, depending, they take some firewood, and I can't remember what kind of wood it was, not wood we have here. But they get the wood burning like a normal wood fireplace, and then they take the char and ash that comes down and falls through the bottom, and they move that under the grill where the meat is, and they start cooking the meat. And I'm telling you, David, no spices, no rubs on this stuff, and it was the most amazing meats I think any of us have ever had. Wouldn't you say, Rick?
I agree.
Incredible beef down there. Yeah.
You know, when we go to the fly-ins over at Florida Flight Sports, when they're Tony's always the cook. So Tony, as the connoisseur, what'd you think? Thumbs up.
A thumbs up. Isn't that real talkative? But I'm telling you, like, I've been to a Brazilian steakhouse many a times, and you go, oh man, this is good. These guys, with their hospitality, they cooked multiple meats. We actually went with them to the meat market, to the butcher, where they had sides of beef hanging in the store. They cut it, sliced it right off there. We brought it to the house. Just the freshest and most amazing. It blew away any steakhouse I've ever been to in the United States.
Yeah. And guys, how about the empanadas?
Made empanadas. Oh my God. Yeah.
I think that's all Rick ate was empanadas.
Yeah. Every night we were at a different house with their family cooking for us, and it was just amazing. The hospitality was just incredible. The
Dave,
culture there is amazing.
Dave, I believe you put 4 or 5 empanadas in his pocket.
Oh my.
Yeah, I took some with me.
All right, let's get to this next little video here. So this is I don't even know how you guys started doing tattoos in a third world country, but that's unbelievable.
Yeah.
This is Rick getting a tattoo.
What could go wrong?
Yeah.
What could go wrong? Look at this.
Oh my God.
This is the new logo for Gorilla Paramotor. We'll see a picture in a little bit here.
Now he's branded.
Yeah, he's branded. It's going to happen for sure. And then Tony also got one as well. Let's see if there it is. There's Tony. Now look at this picture before I even play it. He's got a beer in one hand, a sucker in the other hand, and listen really closely to the music he chose to play in the background. I don't know if you can hear it. Can you hear it? That's Adele. I don't know that. And look at this. Beast mode. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't even know how you can get a tattoo while listening. That says the beast mode while listening to Adele. But that's
It was good. It
very
was good.
cool. All right.
Talk about it, man.
The Adele drowned out his crying. It was good.
I guess so. Let's go.
These guys are committed. I tell you what, they're committed to the brand and what we got going on here.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at the next picture. Now, this is Carnival, right? This is Carnival.
Yeah.
And we're going to hear a lot
That's
about
Carnival.
Carnival. I think we have Carnival little video. So there's 6 of you actually here. And then, Tony, there's a picture of you and this guy. Now, who is this gentleman?
He's the captain of the police force there.
His name is Frederico. We called him Freddie.
Freddie.
Yeah. So first of all, David, I didn't know. This was like on our 3rd night, I think we were there, and we had met Freddie a couple times. He cooked for us on that grill the night before. I had no idea that this guy was high up in the local police department there. In fact, I think he's like the boss. Everybody knew this guy. Okay. And I'm standing next to Tony. We're at this thing, and first of all, let me back up and digress a little bit. They told us they were gonna, take us to a carnival. Mm-hmm. So I thought we were walking into like a state fair kind of thing. Mm-hmm. I did not have any idea that this was South American custom, just incredible event. But we're standing there next to Frederick, and Tony, how did it go about that you ended up swapping shirts with the guy?
I told him because the way they treated us so good that when I got back to America, I was going to send him something, a gift. And I asked him, what do you want? Because he was telling me he does air conditioning too. I said, you might need a tool or something you might need. He says, well, maybe. I said, well, when I get to America, you let me know what you want, and I'll send it to you as a nice gift. So he tugged on my shirt. He goes, that's really what I want. So I turned around and I looked at Matt. I said, and Rick, I said, hey, he says he wants a shirt. And we're going to mail him one. And Matt tells me, why wait? It's a brand new shirt you have it on. I said, you're right. So I turned around and said, hey, in Spanish, take off your shirt. And he was in shock. Like, what do you mean take off my shirt? I said, take off your shirt. And I started taking mine off. And we swapped. And I gave him the hat. And the next day, he shows up and they gave me a police hat. his personal police hat.
Wow.
Yeah, it was kind of cool. So Frederick, the sweetest, most kindest guy in the world, hospitality out of this world. But when Tony swapped shirts with him at Carnival, the guy was so excited. I mean,
He cried.
It made us excited for him, and it was just the energy there was just it just incredible.
And
awesome.
None of us really realized it at first, but he was there watching and protecting us the whole time.
Awesome.
And Carnival, when we were looking at the Carnival, he was facing the other way, watching the crowd behind us. And if anybody got close to us at all, he gave them a signal and they backed up, which it was incredible.
Yeah. I think we were the only Americans that were there in that town. I had one of the guys that worked there at the Carnival came up to me while I was ordering a beer, and he goes, "Are you from America?" I said, "Yeah." And about half hour later, the guy comes and goes through the crowd and comes up to me. And he's like, "Can I take a picture with you?"
Yeah, we've had that a few times.
Yeah, I don't think seeing Americans down there was something that happens every day down there. So
No.
Nobody spoke English. Nobody spoke English. And while I watch you, in Buenos Aires, there's a little bit of English, but in the town we were at most of the time, not a word of English.
Yeah.
And all the music and discos and everything were in English.
Oh, there's Tony with the police hat on, man. So this is an official hat with an official badge. So by wearing that hat and having that badge on, for a second I was like, can you do this? Because like impersonating an officer. But I know we're going to talk about it a little bit later on. But even the mayor was like, we need to swear Tony in. It was pretty cool.
Since you're talking about taking your shirt off, giving away a shirt, that gives me an idea. Why don't we give away a shirt right now? As you can see, everybody.
Tony, take off your shirt.
No, don't take off that shirt. We got a brand new shirt right here. So these are the brand new Ready to Paramotor shirts. The very first ones is obviously it says R2P Ready to Paramotor on the front, and on the back it says this. It says flying is my favorite F word.
Second favorite F word.
Favorite F word, and we all know what our first favorite F word is. On the count of three. 1, 2, 3.
Family.
Family, Rick. Not
That's what I said.
You said
Family. Yeah.
Family. My goodness. So let's give one away. Here's what I need you to do. There's 45 people currently watching right now. Some of you have been active in the chat. Some of you have been kind of quiet, and that's cool. So if you want to win the very first prize, the very first giveaway of Ready to Paramotor Live, here's all you got to do, and it's right there on the screen. Put in the comment right now, hashtag R2P. Hashtag R2P in the comments. And while you're doing that, we got a randomizer. It's a whole high tech now. So all you got to do is put hashtag R2P. It doesn't matter if you put it 10 times, you'll only be entered in once. And then we're going to bring this randomizer up on the screen in a second. We're going to select our winner. And then we're going to give it away. We'll give you that winner. We're going to do this a couple times tonight. Okay. So go ahead and put in hashtag R2P. Now, while you're doing that, let's take a look at a video here. This is a video, I believe Tony took this video, and this is from Carnival. So let's take a look at this here. Let's start it from the beginning, though. And we'll kind of, there we go. Let's see, is it playing? There we go. Let's go back up to that part. I don't know. I don't know if the audio's may not be getting great audio, but you can see here.
Hey, where's the...
Here, just let it play there. There we go. So you got all these amazing oh my gosh. Rick's drumming away right now. I bet the energy level was just off the shizzle.
Oh, it was amazing.
Till 4 a.m.
4 a.m. How many people do you think were attending this carnival?
Oh, there must have been thousands of people.
Yeah.
30, 40,000 probably.
So David, every other year I've gone to the Macy's Day Parade for the past decade, and I always thought the Macy's Day Parade was quite a production. This thing blows the Macy's Day Parade out of the water.
Absolutely.
You look at these displays, these floats are like 3 stories tall. They're unbelievable.
I saw some of these videos being filmed, and this doesn't look like what I saw being filmed.
Here's you guys putting your hats on.
Yeah, Patrick was a little embarrassed.
That's awesome. Very, very cool. All right. Wrapping up the video here. Hopefully everybody's put R2P in the chat. Let's give away a t-shirt. Let's see how we do this here. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, and just so you know, David, these are not cheap T-shirts. These things are. Patrick, tell them about the quality and the comfort of these things.
Quality. I sleep in this now. This is my nightgown. I go to work in this. I wear this every day.
It's awesome. All right.
Yeah.
Let's do this. We're going to go back. All right. So we're going to put in hashtag R2.
First one.
Ready? All right.
You got to choose the live stream there.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. There we go. All right. Let's collect it. How many comments? We got 21 people that entered in to win the T-shirt. Putting in hashtag R2P. You'll get more chances later on. And here's everybody's name. Let's see who our first winner is for Ready to Paramotor Live. It's going to be Lorette Walsh.
Oh,
Congratulations,
Wow.
Lorette.
Lorette is watching. Very good. Lorette's watching on Facebook, it looks like. So that's an amazing thing about this as well, is that you could watch on YouTube. You could watch on Facebook. There's so many ways you can see this. So here's what we need you to do, Lorette. And you can see right there on the screen. Email your name and address. So if you want to take this down, write down sales@ready, the number 2, paramotor.com. Sales@ready2paramotor.com. We've got your name already. So if you can go ahead and send a message over to that email address with your name and address and your shirt size.
There you go. And the shirt size. We'll get that out to you right away.
There you go. Awesome. And thank you, Matt, for doing that. Tony, you got to mute your phone, buddy. You got to mute your phone. All right. Let's continue on. So we had this amazing time. There's the police chief. And as you saw in the videos, beautiful, beautiful people, beautiful ladies dressed up, right? A lot of them there?
Hundreds. So
Hundreds.
I think we got there around 9 o'clock in the evening time.
Okay.
And when we got there, we had just missed about the first half of section 1. And so at the end of section 1, there's like this big gap and all these trash cleanup people come down, the parade route. And so I thought it was over. And then all of a sudden another float's coming. And our guy Ignacio there, who had brought us to Carnival, he looks at me and he goes, "Oh no, this is section 2 coming." And I said, "Well, how many sections are there?" And he goes, 4. I said, "What time does this stop?" He's like, "Really late in the morning."
Oh.
And each section must have had no less than 250 of the girls wearing the feathers and the outfits. They weren't all female. They also had some guys in the feather outfits there, which was very interesting.
I don't know what you're really talking about there, because I believe
we didn't get many videos of those guys,
I think I saw that Tony found one of the lovely ladies to dance with, and here's a picture of Tony and that lovely lady.
But he was taken already.
Oh, he's taken.
He's taken. Actually, he was getting married in a week.
All right, let's continue on. So here's a couple of you guys just walking down the street, right? Grilly's Grilla just had another empanada, looks like.
2 more.
And he's got 2 in his pockets.
These are kind of cool, these next 3 pictures here. Matt, why don't you describe these? I think, go ahead, whoever.
That's the view from our hotel balcony.
Oh, wow.
It was in Argentina, it was a 4-star hotel, which I don't know what that means a whole lot, but it was pretty nice. But outside there was a lot of poverty around, a lot of shacks and kind of a ghetto.
Great electrical work.
How did you guys? Here's another shot. Did you guys feel like you were safe in this city?
Yeah,
we were very safe.
Oh yeah, we felt more safe in Gualeguaychú than I feel in Sarasota, Florida.
Wow,
it was incredible. And so although Sherman Williams is not obviously a thriving business down there, the culture down there, the hospitality, the friendliness of everybody, it's just off the charts. So, when I first got there, I was like, "Oh, did we come to the right place?" Because this looked a little sketchy. But as we went through the days there and got to know folks and interact with the community there, we actually, and I think I can speak for everybody when I say we fell in love with Gualeguaychú.
Awesome.
Yeah, we did.
I love this picture, and I know it probably doesn't do it justice on the screen, but I know you had sent this to me, Matt. It just there's so many things happening in this beautiful photo here with people sitting there. There's a couple, giving each other a little kiss. There's kids swimming. There's some older people. It just shows really just a diverse, beautiful community.
Oh yeah, so that's their beach. So that's where everybody comes to swim and frolic. Now we were there in February, so that is the middle of summertime for Argentina. So all these people came out to the beach, and then you see those are the cabanas.
Yeah.
The public cabanas there. Everybody was having a great time. It was just incredible.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's Rick. He's got his tattoo. Sporting the tattoo.
Yeah.
That's your tattoo artist right there.
Yeah, that's my artist right there. Santo. Santo does an awesome job. Beautiful work.
I have to give him props. He was extremely patient with us. We definitely made his tattoo studio our home there for a while.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Frank, me and Patrick are wrestling inside the place.
Yeah.
There's
No hepatitis or anything so far. So yeah, we're good.
Yeah, you're good.
There's Tony's the drawing before it was tattooed on his leg. Very good.
Yep.
What do we have next?
Oh,
So here's the mayor's office. Okay. So all right, I think we need to back up before we get into these photos because I really let's first of all, we're gonna come back to the photos. We're gonna come back to the rest of the videos. I really want to hear more about. Let's go back to Gorilla Paramotor. So, Rick, tell us about it. Tell us where we're at with it.
So Gorilla Paramotor. I've used the paramotor in my school, and I've sold it to a bunch of my students. They've been really happy with it. It was called the Scorpio, and we really fell in love with it because of the strength of it. It's super strong. It's great for students and beginners. If you fall over or you turtle, or even on a trike, if you roll over, it has such a strong cage and such good prop clearance that we just stand it back up and go again. So I really kind of fell in love with that, and we bought into that design, and we've made some updates and some changes to make it a little bit better and a little bit lighter, and we're calling that the Gorilla Paramotor, and that's our main line for Gorilla Paramotor. And then for the lighter weight stuff, we have a titanium version. We have the Silverback titanium and the Silverback XL, which will be the titanium frame that can swing a 140 prop, and we're really psyched about all the products.
What's the time frame on this on these products now?
Bad Apples. We're gonna have some of these at Bad Apples. We really spent several days while we were down in Argentina finalizing designs, making little tweaks and changes with a lot of input from Patrick. We really appreciate his expertise. You guys, if you don't know Patrick, I trained him a few years ago, and he has turned into a fantastic pilot. This guy flies every day, and he eats, sleeps, and breathes paramotor. That's why we made him part of our team, because he knows the ins and out of these paramotors even better than I can. And we put a lot of respect into his opinion, and we've made some changes to make these things better and stronger and safer, and we're really excited to release those coming up with Bad Apples.
Yeah, and I think Gorilla understated how many changes were made to the Scorpio to make this an entirely new paramotor. So visually and the form factor of the hoop spars, they're similar, but other than that, this thing is completely redesigned.
Patrick, do you remember some of the feedback you gave, which became involved in the creation of these paramotors?
Oh, I mean, we went from the ground up. I don't think there's a thing that we didn't change, really. We had some experience with another product that we had, and we built from that. For me, I was really taken, surprised by how quickly they were able to implement these things and put them together and show me what they could do. And, I really can't get super detailed into it, but you guys are going to love what you see from these guys for sure.
Yeah. We asked these guys to do some things on Friday, and they worked like Friday night, Saturday, Sunday, and made these things to have them to show to us. And it was we were really impressed with them.
Mm-hmm. You should see like the R&D that they're doing with, like really obscure small things, like exactly where the swing arms are mounted, or like just drilling like, millimeter difference holes just to get the thrust angle just right. So, we're really dialing it in and getting it perfect.
Nice. So you said at Bad Apples, what if someone wants to take one up? Okay, someone wants to put it on the line and say, "Hey, I'm going to borrow your stuff. I want to take it up. I want to try this." What is some of the criteria that someone would have to show you that that you would feel comfortable taking up one of your new paramotors?
Listen, I had a really bad experience with a guy demoing a paramotor, and he crashed it and claimed it wasn't his fault and refused to pay for it. It cost me thousands of dollars. So we will have demos available. We're going to have a demo form that you fill out. You're going to put a credit card on file. That if you mess up and wreck it, you're responsible for it. And it should go without saying that's the way that it is. But unfortunately, it has to be on paper.
I think that's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we also, talked about putting an hour limitation in there. So, we don't want somebody who just graduated school 2 weeks ago to necessarily strap on a more powerful motor than they're used to. So I think we're going to look them to produce us maybe a gaggle and show at least 100 hours of flight time.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah.
For some really good YouTube videos, I guess.
Yeah, and a lot of people in the community we know from flying. That so, yeah.
Agreed. Okay, so let's get back to so that's where we are with Gorilla Paramotor. I'm sure we'll have some updates in 4 weeks on that as well, and we'll talk about it then. Let's go back to the, here. Let's go back to this picture here. So, who wants to describe what we're looking at in this picture?
I can take that for you. So what you're seeing over there, and the gentleman at the far end of the table centered, that is the mayor of Wally-Wachoo. The gentleman to the right in the picture view, that's our attorney down there. So that's our attorney, Ignacio. So Ignacio handles all of our legal matters down there. And you look to the left, far left to just on the other side of Tony over there, that is the head federal judge down there in Wally-Wachoo. So we had just a surprising interaction. So we were at the swimming pool. Do you have any photos of the swimming pool?
I do. I have a video of the swimming pool. Should I bring that up?
Bring up the video of the swimming pool.
Give me just a second on that. Let's see here. Yeah, this might be it. Oh, go ahead. While I'm bringing that up, why don't you continue?
And let me reference. I didn't know we were going to meet the mayor, or I probably wouldn't have been wearing a biker T-shirt. So I was kind of surprised there, and I wasn't really dressed for the occasion.
Let's see.
Well, so I'll continue the story while you're looking for it. So it was super hot down there. Like we said earlier, it was the middle of summertime. And they had this really great pool. It's a kind of an open public pool that's right on a riverfront. And it's got what are those pools called where the water just flows over the edge?
Infinity pool.
So this really awesome infinity pool. So we told our attorney, hey, tomorrow it's really hot. We have some downtime. So we want to go to the pool and just kind of have some R&R time. And so our attorney joined us at the pool, and we were having a good time. They have a nice swim up bar at the pool.
I think I might have that here. Let's see.
There's our attorney.
There you go. Oh, that's him right there. Let's.
Yeah. There might be some bad singing here.
Come here, Gorilla. You out of my head.
Okay,
we might have had drinks. I think we might have had some drinks.
Tony.
Okay, so this is now Rick. I don't think we have Rick in this video.
No, not this one.
Rick wasn't at this. I guess Rick wasn't at the pool party. Oh wait, maybe he was. Let's see.
Oh my gosh! Thanks for displaying my horrible singing. There's Gorilla.
I guarantee you, everybody will be singing this. Every time I've watched this, it's taken me like forever to get that song out of my head. So thank you for that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right,
so we're at the pool with our attorney. We obviously went to the swim up bar a few times, and so our attorney says to us, he goes, "Hey, I have a friend of mine that's going to stop by that wants to hang out with us today." We're like, "Okay, cool." So his friend showed up. And the friend is the judge there in Wally-Wachoo. So the guy that you saw behind Gorilla in that last video, the guy on the far left there, that's the judge. Okay. So what happened was, we're all there at the pool and we're looking at Wally-Wachoo, and it's just a gorgeous place. And it's got this big, huge river that runs right through the middle of the town by the downtown area. And, we thought to ourselves, man, how awesome would it be to have a slalom competition down here in this beautiful place and do a fly-in down here in Argentina. And so we got to chatting about it and talking about it and sharing ideas with it. And don't get me wrong, there was some alcohol involved, but the ideas were great. So they were so great that, our attorney and the judge, they liked our ideas. And so we went about our night. We went and had dinner that night at one of the guys' houses. The judge showed up at the house too. The next morning, we were going to go back to the factory to see. We had them do some paint changes for us and some finish changes. And when our ride came to pick us up, the very first thing they said to us was that we were summoned down to the federal courthouse. And I'm like, what? What's going on here? Why are we being summoned down to the federal courthouse? And they said,
I blamed it right away on Rick.
Yeah, we like, did we do something last night? I mean, because your reference, like talking to us down there, was like the out of the movie The Hangover, and well, listen, we had some fun, and so next thing you know, we're
more sports.
Yeah, so we're getting summons down to the courthouse, the federal courthouse, and I didn't know what was going on, and we get there, and they escort us immediately into the judge's chambers, and it was the judge that hung out with us at the pool the day before. And of course, the judge doesn't speak a lick of English, so everything's in Spanish. So thank God we had Tony, because Tony was our master translator. And next thing we know, Tony says to us, he brought us down here because he says he pitched our fly-in idea to the mayor of Gualeguaychú, and the mayor wants to meet us. And so next thing I know, they're whisking us off to the mayor's office. And that's where, if you go back to that photo,
yeah,
you can pull that back up. So we walk into the mayor's office. The mayor's not in there, of course, and there's this big long conference room. And they actually brought in the city photographer, which was pretty cool. And then the mayor came in, and of course, we had a meeting. I think we were in the mayor's office here, not in his office, but in this conference room for about an hour. Tony doing most of the talking. And they liked our idea so much that by the time we left, they issued us a permit to have this fly-in and solemn competition co-sponsored by the city of Gualeguaychú for February of next year in conjunction with Carnival. So we're going to host an event down in Argentina, and I'll let my cohorts here tell you a little bit more about it, but we're calling it Para Carnaval in Gualeguaychú, Argentina. And we've already been in touch with some of the folks that run the solemn competitions for the World Championships. And I think we're going to put together a world-class event here. And we kind of fell into it, but we're not afraid of it. And we're gonna move forward and make it happen. Right, Tony, you want to tell them about that?
Well, I was translating some of the things that Matt was asking me to tell him. And of course, I extended a little bit more. Little did I know that Patrick had a translator on his phone. I closed this deal so hard and so beautiful and so sweet that when we walked outside, Patrick looked at me and goes, you don't get enough credit. You're an animal. And I said, all right, because you're a hell of a salesman.
Well, and the thing is, Tony has a level of BS with him. So sometimes when Tony tells you a story, you're not sure like what to believe on it, right?
You got to double check it.
So Tony tells me, he says, the mayor just said he's issuing us the permit and he will roll out the red carpet for whatever we need. And I thought, okay, that's some BS, right? And Patrick looks over at me and Patrick's like, nope, I got the translator app right there. Mayor said red carpet for you guys.
Yeah, I was kind of in shock because I saw the condition you all were in when you were FaceTiming, like, we're doing a fly-in here next year. I'm like, stop it. You guys stop.
And to be honest with you, Dave, they were so excited to have us there.
Yeah.
That is insane.
I bet. Yeah. That's amazing. So let me ask you this, because anybody watching this, their first thought is, can I go? What would it cost? Any guess? I mean, airfare, probably about what, $1,200 round trip to Argentina from the States? Does that sound pretty good?
So yeah. If you book your airfare in advance, depending on the airline that you go with, you could do a round trip as low as $1,200. But even though this is a third world country, I mean, they have all the amenities that you would need, right? So going down there, you'll get everything you need. You get food, hotel accommodations, every transportation, everything you need. but it is relatively inexpensive.
Mhm.
So to give you an example, I like bourbon. I'm a bourbon connoisseur, and it's nothing to go out to a restaurant here in the United States and a bourbon cost me $15. Down there, you do the pesos conversion, it's $3 for a drink.
Mhm.
It's
In fact,
we ate at restaurants that I think we walked at a restaurant, Tony. What was our bill? $31 for 4 of us.
the rooms are $22 a night.
Mhm.
I was kind of surprised when you told me this cost me several $100s. How much was their 2 tattoos?
Their two tattoos, and translated the pesos to American dollars, their combined total cost, excuse me, combined total cost of their tattoos was $149.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy. By the way, they weren't the only ones who got a tattoo. There was one other tattoo that came about. And this must be Patrick's arm. Is this Patrick's arm?
No.
Oh, it's not. Pat,
We
who's
actually
arm is that?
named that tattoo Booba.
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 Who would that be right there? Who's Booba?
Well, I told you I go to the Macy's Day Parade, and this was so much more fun and exciting. I needed something to remind me of it, so that would be my reminder of how awesome and amazing Wally What You
There
is.
you go.
And but Tony, I think if it wasn't for the fact that we're all in relationships, I don't think we would have come home.
All right. So here's the thing: $2,000. It sounds like $2,000 would probably get you there and back and everything else. And London Ivy brings up a great question. How about gear? Is there gear that's going to be there that people can rent? Do they have to ship their own gear? Or are we just in the stages of planning this and there's more to come?
So we're at the infant stages of planning it now. Understand that the venue, we already have the venue picked out because we've already met with people on the venue down there. We will have gorilla paramotors that are available there for rent. But if we have an amazing turnout, there's not going to be enough gorilla paramotors for people to rent. So I would assume that the majority of people that are going to come down there, especially those who are going to compete in the slalom races, are going to bring their own paramotors. So what we will do is, Wally What You is 3 hours from Buenos Aires. So you're going to fly into Buenos Aires. So we're gonna arrange and facilitate transportation from Buenos Aires Airport to Wally What You to the hotel accommodations. We will have a separate transport that will transport your gear. So you can't fit all the gear on a bus with a bunch of people, but we'll have separate accommodations that'll get your gear from the airport to the venue. And at the venue, we will have 24-hour security. We'll have shipping containers. Everything will be tagged, marked, and your stuff will be secure at the venue event. But you are going to have to probably bring your own foot launch if you want to fly your own stuff.
Okay. I mean, that's probably fair enough, right? But since there's going to be so much gear, I mean, we can probably plan ahead. And again, infancy stages, more to come. Things we'll talk about. Maybe people could reserve it in advance, pay up a little bit up front, reserve their rental advance, and we know how much stuff to get down there. Possibly.
Yeah.
One thing I think one of you had mentioned to me was how big the paramotoring population is in Argentina. One of you maybe talk a little bit to that, and then maybe we're going to give away another T-shirt here in a second too.
Yeah, our attorney Nacho tells us that they have 700 or 800 active paramotor pilots in Argentina that they know of right now. So there's a fairly active community down there. So we can expect a fair amount of local pilots to show up for the event, which would be awesome.
Great. Okay. Cool. Let's give away another prize. Can we do another T-shirt, Matt? Is that okay?
Yeah, let's do it, man. We got some T-shirts to give away. We're proud of them.
So
and we want you to have them.
Let's see if we can do this. Inspired by that musical number that you guys put on for us. La 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 la. Could be in my head all night long. All right. Let's put in the chat hashtag Lala. We'll give you a few minutes to put in hashtag Lala. I just had to switch it from whatever else it was before. Hashtag Lala. We'll do another giveaway there. Okay. So that's in the. So I want to get back to expectations. We're gonna come up with some more ideas. Sean Mascar. Hey man, I haven't seen him in a while. What's up, Sean? All right.
Rip Man's in the group. All right.
Yeah.
Hey, Rip Man.
Lala. Okay. We've got to say hi to Lindy Anderson. She's always there supporting the shows. Appreciate
Hey,
that.
Paramom.
Yes. And there's Sean Nasker right there. Good to see you, man. Good to see you. All right. So, yeah, if you have any other questions about that, again, infancy stages, but more information to follow. I'm sure we've got a whole year to plan this out. You've got 11 months to save about $2,000 to $2,500. That's not too hard to do. It's $200 a month. You can do that. Put that
I
away.
just wanna
Get ready
I
for
just
an.
want to say,
Go ahead,
even
Luke Bryan.
if
Luke Bryan, go
you
ahead.
don't fly, even if you come out and you don't fly, the experience there will be worth the cost anyway.
Yeah.
You're gonna get. It's not like going to Buenos Aires. Everybody flies into Buenos Aires. You know, it's just another city. You're gonna get the real experience in Argentina. You're gonna experience the real people and the real culture. And I think that's what this whole thing is revolving around.
Yeah.
So even if you can't bring your gear or you can't get, I mean, you have such a great time. I don't even think maybe you won't even miss your paramotor.
Yeah, I mean, everybody down there drinks a drink called mate, which was very interesting. So we were learning about mate while we were down there. The carnival was there. And again, the food is by far
Amazing.
superior to what we have here. There's no high fructose corn syrup and all the other kind of crap they put in our food here. So when you go down there, everything was fresh. I mean, just incredibly fresh, super affordable, amazing. So if you're a foodie, this is going to be the trip for you. If you want the culture and you want to experience Carnival and what South America is really all about, I mean, this is the place to go. So adding a fly-in and a world championship slalom competition on top of that's just icing on the cake.
Icing on the cake, yeah. Bring salt. They don't put salt on anything.
And you guys might have mentioned it. I missed it, but our event will coincide with Carnival, so everybody will get to experience that.
Yeah,
it's incredible.
I mean, I told my wife we're going next year. She's going with us. She doesn't fly. I don't care if I fly or not. Well, it'd be nice to fly, but I don't care if I fly because just to experience Carnival, if nothing else, and just have the camaraderie of all these paramotor friends.
And they asked us to be part of Carnival to fly over it at night, and our venue is a half a mile from it. We scoped it all by drone, and it's amazing. So
yeah. Now, Rick, are you going to be? I'm going to give everybody another about 30 seconds to put in hashtag Lala. But Rick, I understood you took some drone footage of the area. Are you going to be putting out a video on your YouTube channel showing the area?
I will. I'll be making just a video about the trip that I had some flying around in, and then we went to the venue that we were looking at, and we flew from there and mapped the distance, and that plenty of LZ or plenty of outs between there and the river where the slalom will be. So we'll share that when the time comes for sure.
Amazing. Matt, Greg Laney wants to know, will there be shirts at Fly It for Gauge?
Yeah. So unfortunately, I personally am not going to make it. My father passed away just before Christmas. So it coincided with my father's funeral. So I'm not going to be there, but I do understand my brand ambassador and a couple of guys, including Patrick, they're gonna take the Ready to Paramotor trailer. They're gonna bring some shirts out to Fly It for Gauge and make an appearance. And then they're also gonna show off the new HE Paramotor with the RS-185.
Can't wait.
And I think they're also gonna show off the trike with the EOS Quattro as well.
Yeah. We haven't seen the Quattro yet.
I like that EOS Quattro quite a bit, actually. That was
we're all in love with it.
And I cannot wait to fly the new HE Paramount. I'm very, very excited about that. All right, let's do this. Let's get back over here, and we're going to go ahead and do one of this. Sean NASCAR, look at how easy this is. Look at how easy this is. Sean used to be the guy who took everybody's names for Robert Michaels Paragliding Talk. Look at this. You ready? Hashtag Lala. Let's see. We got 18 entries, and let's see who our winner is. Look at all those names flying by. Whoa, it's going fast. You can't win twice. You can't win twice in the same show. It's going to be Kevin Cobb.
All right.
Congratulations, Kevin.
Yeah, Kevin.
There you go. And I'll put up those. We might do one more. We might have time for one more. Let me put those instructions up one more time for you, Kevin. So here's the email address. Send your name, shirt size, and your address to sales@ready2paramotor.com. I think I'm trying to see if there's anything else we need to cover. Anything else? What events? Oh, what events? So let's talk about. We've got Fly It for Gauge. Obviously, Bad Apples. We've talked about all of us. Florida Flight Sports, Ready to Paramotor. Oh, you know what we didn't talk about, Matt, is the roles. Let's talk about the roles of the people that are here tonight. Why don't you talk about the roles? How everybody here is contributing in this whole venture.
Sure. Yeah. So that's a great thing about what we're doing here is I don't think we could do any of this without everybody that's part of the cogs that are making this thing turn. So
The dream team.
the dream team. Yeah, that's a great way to word it. So I personally am the president of Ready to Paramotor. My partners in this as well is Tony and Gorilla. So where they bring some expertise is Tony is on our technical side. So Tony has a lot of experience with manufacturing. So Tony handles the manufacturing for us and the translating for us because there isn't a language barrier with our factory. Gorilla, he brings together expertise in the industry that is great. I realize he's not he hasn't been in it for 30 years, but his expertise, knowledge, friendships, and relationships are in there. And of course, Gorilla Paramotor is his baby. Patrick is our technical guy. So Patrick he's one heck of a foot launch pilot, and this guy flies every single day. So he's fair, he's reasonable, he's honest. So he brings the expertise to. He test flies our paramotors. He evaluates them, says, I don't like this, I like this. And we question him. Okay. And why is it you want to see this change? And we sort that out with Patrick. So Patrick brings a lot of our tech side to it. And then of course, David Wolf is our brand ambassador. David Wolf, I believe you are also going to hopefully help us with our wholesale sales to schools.
Yeah.
And so when we wrap all that into one envelope, we've got a pretty good team here that can bring a lot to the table for people. So
awesome. It's gonna be change. Like I said earlier, it's gonna change the whole way we look at the business of paramotoring and just making it better for everybody. Starting to ask you, Rick, and everybody, events that we're planning at being at. Obviously, we talked about Fly It for Gauge. Now. Bad apples. We're going to be at Bad Apples, but we're not going to talk about Bad Apples tonight. In fact, we're not going to even talk about Bad Apples much. Well, we'll talk about Bad Apples on the next show at the end of the month. But as far as our involvement at Bad Apples, what we're setting up, we're going to wait for about almost 2 months. We're going to wait till the end of that end of April show, because I know Mr. Greg's got a lot of things going on, a lot of big ideas, and it's going to be pretty amazing. The things that we've been talking about. So we're going to hold off on that, but it's something you're not going to want to miss. It's going to be really, really amazing. All right. With that being said, Rick, let's start it off. What other fly-ins events are we planning on being at this point?
Moonshiners. We got to do Moonshiners. That's an amazing, amazing event. I've never been to Purdon, so I'd like to do Purdon. We talked about endless foot drag. And it's always been a dream of mine to go out west and see flying circus in Arizona, Salton Sea. So we're going to put the wheels on this thing this year, and we're going to travel to a lot of fly-ins. And at least one person in this group will be at each one of those. I'd love to have us all there, but it doesn't always work that way. So we'll have representatives and equipment to demo and for sale at all these major fly-ins around the country this year.
There you go.
Yeah, so we'll call it the R2P World Tour, right? So that's pretty much what's going to happen here. So
World Tour. I mean, we're leaving the country, so there's that. I hope everybody's excited. No, La's over. Kenneth Keen, but La. We're done with that. We're done with that. All right. That's pretty much all I have. I mean, if there's any other stories you guys wanted to share, other than that, I mean, the only thing left is just announcing the next, as I did, March 30th is going to be the next show on Sunday. But any other stories from anybody?
Oh, I just want to say on a side note, guys, it's like the Wild West out there for paramotors. So if your dream is I want to fly at night or I want to fly over a town, it's totally doable there. So just keep that in mind.
There's no holds bars.
Well, yeah. Well, not that we want necessarily people flying over the town, but we did get the invite and the approval from the folks who run the carnival that they would love to see illuminated paramotors flying over the carnival runway at night. I'm not a night foot launch guy, so it's not going to happen with me. But if there is a paramotor pilot out there that wants to join us and thinks that that's a dream of theirs to do that, well, we're going to have that opportunity for them to do that and join.
We might know some people out there that have done it before. They might be getting a phone call, but we'll see. I mean, like you said, though, if you've never done it before, it's your dream. There's no holding you back. You can do it. You can do this, Rick.
That's
yeah,
right.
and
You can do this.
Yeah, part of our venue, that the venue selection down there, part of the open airspace is actually going to be across the border into Uruguay.
Right.
So the only limitation that we have on that is you can't land in Uruguay because of customs, obviously. But the mayor is going to facilitate it for that international border to be crossed in airspace with their Air Force, so that we have, because the river kind of separates Argentina from Uruguay. So it's just going to be a unique opportunity that I just don't think comes around that often.
Many have said they have flown 2 cities. Well, some people have flown 2 states in the same flight. Can you say you've flown 2 countries? Well, maybe if you're on the border of Mexico and you snuck across the border, possible. But now you can do it legally. That's it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like you said,
But-
if you always wanted to do it, now's your chance. Go ahead.
Right,
Well,
that's right.
I'll tell you I love flying, and I've been flying for a long time. Now, I haven't been flying paramotor for a long time, but I've been flying for a long time. And I never in my life have met such a good group of people. The camaraderie between these guys that are in the show tonight and these people that are out here, Ripa and other guys that are out here in the chat. I just think it's just an amazing group of people. I can't thank you guys enough for coming to watch our show and hear what we have to say and listen to what's going on here. But that's one of the things that I love about this business and this sport. So I just had to put that out there to you.
Yeah, we're a big family, all a big
Yeah.
family. Yeah.
And we thank you for being part of us.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Well, I guess we can probably wrap it up here in a second. Anybody else? Any last comments from anybody? No?
Oh, you got to give another shirt away, man. Just give one more out.
Sure. Oh my gosh. Hold on a second here. All right, let's do one more. I don't know. Pick let's see. Let me see what we have here. Let's do this one. This one's an easy one. This one's an easy one to do. How about the word fly? Hashtag fly in the comments. Can we do that? That's easy enough?
Easy.
No,
Yeah,
not please. All right. Everybody gets one more shirt. And one more chance at a shirt. Yes. Oh, yes. Parama says the Torchport Fly-In in Michigan. That's supposed to be real. That's a long drive from Florida, man. But that's supposed to be a gorgeous, gorgeous one. I know, you know what? If you end up doing Purdon, I know Fly My PPG does one like the right after that, the weekend right after that. So that's pretty cool. Yeah. All I gotta say about the Purdon Fly-In, be very careful. Those waterways down there, those rivers, they'll suck you in. They really will. I know.
Yeah.
I've heard that. Yeah.
Purdon's amazing though.
It happens. So, all right, we're gonna give you about. Here we got a question here. Ripman Ryden, question from the chat from Ripman Ryden.
Ripman, my brother, good to hear from you. Yeah, the Gorilla, the Silverback will be offered in a 150 centimeter frame to swing the 140 prop. We're excited about the new HE 206. Is it 206, guys?
Yep, the 206.
Yeah.
The 206 a little more powerful than the 185, swinging a bigger prop. And of course, we have other options. But yeah, absolutely. We'll be swinging a 140 prop on the Silverback XL.
Everybody misses Ripman. Ripman, we gotta get you.
Yeah, where has he been? I see his video. He's down in Ecuador all the time. He's free flying over the beaches.
A lot of free flying.
Condo surfing, man.
I don't even think he
Jumped
Jumped
paramotored
up a
anymore.
building the other day. I mean, it was just crazy.
Still have a motor? Pat?
Well,
Does he even have a motor? Do you even have a motor?
I think he
Rick?
sold it.
no, he flies, man. So Ripa makes fun of me because I'm a trike guy, right? So he's like, Matt, when are you gonna foot launch and do the real
launch
PPG
brotherhood.
flying?
Mhm.
So
Tony Marzano just joined the show. He thought it started at 6 his time, so we got to start all the way back from the beginning, I guess.
All right.
Yeah, we'll
You
start
can
it over.
replay
All right, real quick. So I saw some people put fly in. I saw some people just put fly. It's got to be hashtag fly, or the program won't pick it up. So I'll give you 30 more seconds, and then we're going to put in hashtag fly and wrap this puppy up here for the night. Yeah, all right, I'll give you 10 more seconds. I'm just typing in the word fly. And
Space Cowboy, he's got quite the icon there. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Do you guys want to talk about how much better foot launch is than wheel launch, or?
it's not.
Is that another blow at me for flying 3 wheels here? Come on.
Let me tell you something. My foot launch.
Matt, there he goes again judging.
Judging, always judging us.
Always judging.
I have fallen back in love with triking as much as foot launching. They're both very, very, very much fun. They both are very unique. There's I love foot launching. I love being able to do so many things that I don't normally. But hey, look, I mean, Rick, you saw me today. We did me and my son Brennan. We did a tandem flight on a Triax 2, and we were doing some wing overs.
His first flight on the Cosmos,
Yes, first flight on the Cosmos. I can't believe it's taken me long to finally put my hands on a Cosmos, but I did.
Yeah,
And
you got to foot launch the Cosmos.
It was I took some sink at the end there and freaked Rick out a little bit, but
I was yelling at him, power, power, power.
Yeah, he thought I was going to hit Patrick's truck, but I mean, I think it was just the angle that you were at. I was clearly fine. And when I landed, all three axles came down at the exact same moment. It was perfect, and there's nothing more gratifying and satisfying than greasing that landing on all three axles. So Patrick, both of them are fun. They're both wonderful. And I think Brooke flies the better trike than you do, my friend. Let's give this.
Oh, here we go.
Let's do this last giveaway.
Brooke
Here we go.
has a lot more trike flights than he does, honestly.
Oh man,
he's got two times more flights than him.
Maybe she should be the lead team pilot of Ready to Go. Now let's do this drawing and get us out of here for the night. Here we go. The last T-shirt goes to. Can't win twice.
Scott Starback.
Didn't he win the last one?
No, that was Kevin Collins.
Oh,
yeah,
congratulations.
Do it again, Rick.
My buddy Scott. Scott Starback. Woo! Scott Starback. Good job.
Very good. So Scott, there you go.
Scott's a really good guy. The first time I was going out to Endless Foot Drag, Scott contacted me. He had seen my videos. He said, "Hey, you're coming out. Do you want a paramotor to fly? I got one for you." And he did. And he showed us such hospitality. Let us hang out in his camper. Gave us cold beers. Made us burgers and hot dogs. And awesome dude, man. Awesome dude, Scott.
Scott, if you could, as we said before, just send an email to sales@ready2paramotor.com with your address, name, and shirt size, and Matt will get that out to you. I am hoping we see as many of you as possible at Flight for Gauge this coming week on Thursday. That goes through Sunday at Hardy Lakes. Thank you all for joining us. Thank you guys for being here. We're going to take us out with this little outro, and we will see you on October. March 30th. We'll see you then, guys. Thanks so much. Here we go. Let's end it.
Foot launch rule.